Want to know one of the most 001 misunderstood secrets about what truly 0 for turns women on? It's not the abs. 006, not the car. It's not even the smooth 009 talk. It's boundaries. Yes, strong 13 grounded, unapologetic boundaries. And 016 here's the truth. Most guys never learn. 0:18. Boundaries don't turn women off. They 021 turn them on. But I'm not talking about 023 fake alpha posturing or manipulative 025 games. I'm talking about real masculine 028 boundaries. The kind that come from deep 031 self-respect, unshakable purpose, and a 034 man who knows exactly who he is. In 037 today's video, I'm breaking down 6039 specific boundaries that trigger 041 subconscious attraction in women. Not 043 through force, but through presence. 0:46. These aren't power plays. They're 048 clarity moves. And when you hold them, 051, something shifts inside her. She feels 053 it. She respects it. She responds to it. 0:57. Stick around especially for boundary 059 number 6, because that one, it doesn't 102 just protect your power. It redefines as 105 how she sees you, and more surprisingly, 109 how she sees herself when she's with 110 you. So let's dive in. 114 Boundary 1. The unavailable advantage. 1:18. Your time is yours. That's the first and 121 most powerful boundary you can ever set. 123 now at first. This one feels dangerous. 1:26. You don't reply to her text right away. 128. You don't drop everything when she 1:30 calls. You don't rearrange your entire 1:32 schedule just to be available for her on 1:34 a whim. Your mind screams, wait, won't 1:37 she'll lose interest? Won't she think, I 1:40 don't care? Won't she move on to someone 1:43 who's more responsive? 1:45, actually, the opposite happens. When 1:48, you're not always available. You send a 1:50 message. Not with words, but with 1:53 energy. My time has value. My life is 1:58 already full. You're stepping into 2 o'clock, something that already has motion. 2:02, meaning and direction. 2:05, that subtle tension. That slight 2:08 uncertainty she feels about where she 210 fits into your world. That mystery. It's 213 magnetic because constant availability to 16 screams one thing. I've got nothing else to 19 going on. Scarcity creates value. It to 23 always has. And when a man becomes rare, 226, he becomes irresistible. 228, you don't chase her. You draw her in 231 simply by holding space for your own 233 life. Now tell me, have you ever been to 36 too available and watched her slowly 239 lose interest? Drop the word guilty in 241 the comments if that's ever happened to 243. You? 'Cause this one change alone can 245 shift your entire dating dynamic. 2:48 Boundary 2. The no apology rule. Say 252, no without guilt. This one boundary can to 56 change everything. Here's the 258 psychological twist that most men miss. 301 how you say no matters more than how. 303 often you say yes. Picture this. She 307 invites you to something that doesn't 308 align with your schedule or energy. You 311 want to say no, but your gut says don't 314 upset her. So you end up saying, I'm 317, so sorry. I just have this one thing and 320 maybe I can move it, but I'll try. I 3-2 to promise. You over-explain. You backpedal. 326, you soften your truth until it barely 328 sounds like a boundary anymore. And she, 331, feels it. Now compare that to this. Hey, 335, I won't be able to make it, but I hope 338, it's great. Let's catch up later this 340 week. Polite, clear, confident. That's 344 attractive. You didn't fidget. You 346 didn't apologize for existing. You 349 didn't ask for permission. You just 351 owned your time. A man who can say number 354 without guilt doesn't just protect his 356 schedule. He communicates that he trusts 358 himself. And in a world full of men 401 trying to please everyone. That? Kinda for :03 self-rust. For :05, it's magnetic. For :07, boundary 3. The respect reflex. 411, call out subtle disrespect calmly. Most 415 men think disrespect is loud. But here's 418, the truth. It's usually whispered. It 421 hides in the tiniest moments. An eye for 24 roll when you're speaking a sarcastic 425 jab about your job. A dismissive comment for 28 in front of friends. A joke that cuts for 31 just a little too deep. And most guys, for 34, they brush it off. They think she's just 423-7, joking. They let it slide. They tell 440 themselves, it's no big deal. But for 43, here's the truth you need to understand. 4:45, letting those moments go doesn't make for 47 you chill. It makes you invisible. Not for 52, the world, to her. Because whether for 53 she knows it consciously or not, she's 455 watching how you handle disrespect. And for 58, if you don't respect yourself enough to 459, call it out. She won't respect you 502 either. Now, I'm not saying you snap or 504 lecture her or start a fight. You stay 506.com. You look her in the eye and say, 509, hey, I don't let people talk to me like 511 that. It's just that. Simple, firm, 514 grounded. That one line does what a 517,000 sweet texts never could. It 519 creates polarity. It shows her that 522, you're a man with a standard. That you 524 honor yourself. That being around you 526 requires presence, awareness, and 529 respect. And here's the magic. 533, when a woman sees you respect yourself, 535, enough. To speak up, she doesn't pull 537 away. She feels safer. She leans in. She, 541, becomes more feminine in your presence 543 because you're holding the frame. Now 546, have you ever let something slide and 548 felt a little off afterward? Drop the 551 word frame in the comments if that's 553 ever happened to you. Because these 556 micro moments, they reveal everything. 6:00, boundary 4. The calm test leads 603 instead of react. Let me tell you, 605 something that will separate you from 799% of men. A woman will test your 610 emotional center long before she trusts 613 your emotional depth. And most men, they 616 fail that test within minutes. Here's 618 how it goes. She throws in a playful 621 tease. She makes a bold or sarcastic 624 remark. She brings up something edgy 626 just to see what happens. And what do 629 most guys do? They snap, get defensive, 630 to explain themselves, or worse, they shut 635 down. You know what that tells her? He's single quotes as 6:38 fragile. He doesn't know who he is. He's 641, can't handle intensity. But the man who 644 stays centered, the one who hears the 647 jab, pauses, smirks, and says something 651 like, that's cute. You always test guys 650 for this fast. That man, he just flipped the 658 script. Because emotional control isn't 701 about being cold. It's about being 703 grounded. And when a woman senses that 705 she can't rattle you, she relaxes. She 708 respects you. And deep down, she starts 711, wondering what else is he unshakable 714 about. And that question, that's 716 curiosity. It's what draws her deeper 7:20, because while most men are stuck trying 722 to pass her test, you're the man 725, rewriting the test as it happens, 7:28, boundary 5. The authority silence. 731, don't explain, just decide. Let's go 734, back to something most men do without 736 realizing it. They over-explain, they try 740 to make everything sound nice. They 742 write 5-paragraph texts to soften a 745 no. They talk themselves into circles 747 just to avoid upsetting her, but here's 750 the problem. Every time you explain 750 to yourself too much, you're not 750 for clarifying. You're asking for 756 permission. Even if your word sounds 758 confident, the energy underneath is 8 o'clock uncertain. Let's take a classic example. 8:03. A man says, I won't be able to make it. 8:06 tonight. I've had a long week. Work's 8:09, been stressful. And I think I just need 8:11 to rest and reset. Hope that's okay. 8:14, really sorry again. Now compare that to 8:18, can't make it tonight, but let's catch 8:20 up later this week. See the difference? 8:23:1 is a man trying to justify his 8:25 choices. The other is a man owning his 8:28 reality, 'cause real confidence. 8:32, it's efficient. It doesn't ramble. At 8:35 doesn't look for validation. It doesn't 8:37 try to cushion the truth with 108 to 39 emotional airbags. It simply acts. So 8:43, here's your rule. Say less, mean more. 8:46, let your presence do the talking. 8:48, because a man who can calmly say what he 8:50 means and then go silent holds far more 8:53 power than the one who keeps trying to 8:55 be understood. 8:57. She doesn't need your over-explaining. She 8:59 needs to feel that your words come from 901 certainty. And when she does, you don't 904 just win her attention. You earn her 906 respect. Boundary 6, the mission first 910 code. This is the boundary that flips 913 the whole game. You ready? Here it is, 9:16. She joins your journey. She doesn't 919 become it. Let that land for a second. 922, because most men, even smart, ambitious 9. 2 for men, lose themselves the moment a woman 927 enters their life. They shift everything 930 for her. They adapt their goals, their 9:3 to schedule, their mindset just to keep her 935 happy. And at first, she might enjoy the 939 attention, but very quickly, 942, something shifts. She starts to feel 944 like your purpose is her, not your 946 vision, not your growth, not your 949 mission. And you know what happens next. 952, the polarity dies. But here's the twist, 9:56, a woman doesn't want to be your whole 958 world. She wants to be part of a world 10 o'clock that's already moving. She wants to join 10:03, a man with momentum, with a path, with a 10:05 fire that's burning with or without her. 10:08, and when you have that, you become the 10:11 gravity. She becomes the orbit. And that 10:15 shift, that's what separates the man she 10:18 dates from the man she can't stop 10:20 thinking about. So ask yourself, what's 10:23 your mission? What are you building? And 10:26, do your daily actions reflect it? 1028, because when a man wakes up with 1029's purpose, protects his focus, and lives 1032 like he's here for something bigger. He 1034 doesn't have to chase women. Women feel 1037 drawn to his direction. 10:39 bonus boundary 7. The no fixing 10-4-3 rule. 1044 don't fix her emotions. Just hold the 1047 space. Most men, especially the caring, 1050 well-meaning ones, fall into this trap 1053 without even realizing it. She's upset. 1056, she's venting. She's emotional. And you, 11 o'clock, you immediately shift into 1101 problem-solving mode. You say things 1104 like, just don't worry about it. It's 1106, no.